Hi, I'm Ken Venturi. In all my years of professional golf, you're about to hear one of the greatest experiences I've ever had. And in 1952, I was in the National Amateur in Seattle. And I was 3 down and 4 to play, and I birdied 15, 16, 17, and Arnold Blum birdied the 18th hole, and I walked off the green, and Eddie Lowry was there with Byron Nelson. And Byron Nelson said to me, he said, "Ken, you played very well today." I said, "Yeah, Mr. Nelson, but I lost." He said, "Yeah, but you looked very good." He said, "I'm going back to San Francisco." He said, "How would you like to work with me?" Oh, I said, "Yeah, Mr. Nelson." And I got in my car and drove from Seattle back to San Francisco to be able to play the next day. And he said, "I'm going to get on the first tee." And he said, "I'm going to watch you play, Ken. I'm not going to give you lessons, and we'll play 18 holes, and we'll discuss it when we get in." "Fine, Mr. Nelson." Well, I proceeded to shoot 66. He shot 68. And in my humble way as I was in those days, what could he possibly show me? So we go inside, we're in the clubhouse, and I'm still waiting for him to tell me how good I am, you know? And I said, "Well, Mr. Nelson, what do you think?" I said, "Ken," he said, "that was a fine round today." And he says, "I'm going to be here for 3 more days." He said, "I'll meet you out here tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. There's about 6 or 7 things we got to work on." When I was telling my father how good I was, you know, I said, "I won the city championship, Dad." And my father, always few words. Where he got his knowledge, I don't know. City championship. You know how many cities there are in this country? And I was telling my dad how good I was at the dinner table. I was really good. I was really the best. And I ran out of accolades. And he said, "Son, are you through?" I said, "Yeah, Dad." He said, "Son, let me tell you something. When you're as good as you are, you can tell everybody. But when you get really good, son, they'll tell you." We get on the first tee, and I say, "Good morning, Mr. Hogan." He said, "Morning, Ken," you know, thing. We play the first hole. I knock my putt by about like this, and he putts up like this, taps it in, and the gallery takes off. And I knew right then they weren't watching me. I knew they weren't coming out to watch me. So we get to the second hole, and he said, "Ken, that's going to happen all the time." He said, "So you go ahead and putt. If you're not in my line, you go ahead and putt out." And I said, "Oh, thank you, Mr. Hogan." He said, "Call me Ben." Whew. Down the second hole of Augusta. "Ben, what a day this is. Ben, can you believe this? Ben?" I said, "Excuse me, Ben?" He said, "Let me see that club." I said, "Oh, here you are." So we're going down the hill. He looks at it. He says, "Geez, you got nothing but a bag of 1-irons in these things." He said, "It serves me right for looking into a damn amateur's bag." He said, "I'm in the Army. I'm getting ready to go overseas. This is all I've got. I'm making $72 a month. I make a friend on the second hole. You want me to call you Mr. Hogan again?" He says, "No, but when you get in, I want your name and address, and I'm going to send you a decent set of clubs." And before I got shipped overseas, I got a brand new set of Ben Hogan clubs. Thank you for listening to my story. I encourage you to support the next generation of golfers with the SCGA. That's a great foundation.